and this is the first episode of Bet's Sports Talks. Um, we're just gonna jump right into it. We'll be covering a bunch of things involving the Raptors, um, and the future for the organization. And yeah, it'll just be a great time. So let's get into it. So a lot of people, including myself, have been wondering lately what will be the next steps for this new rebuilding Raptors team. Um, it takes no sports guru to realize that the Raptors are not the same team they were the last 8 years. Um, we are now a 11th seed team sitting at 19 and 31, and it's just not looking good. We have a lot of problems with our front court, so meaning power forward, center, things like that. And we have promising pieces like Chris Boucher. But Aaron Baines has been a huge disappointment this season, but we're going to touch on all that in the later part of the podcast. But yeah, we'll be covering today who will stay, who will go, for the team to make big steps going forward. And just to progress faster overall, and we'll also be covering who has already left the team, whether that be in free agency or just been flat out cut. So yeah, going into this season, there were 3 possibilities for the Raptors. Before this season started, everyone thought that the Raptors were at least an 8 seed team. We were amazing last season without Kawhi, and we just thought that this would be a rerun of that season, pretty much. But yeah, as we can see now, those were completely wrong. But three possibilities for the Raptors. So the first one is swing for the fences again, like last season. So we could try our best, make a couple risky moves, see what could happen, and just try our luck, go for the playoffs again, and see where that takes us. So that's the first option. The second option is we put all of our eggs in the basket of the 2021 free agency, and just try to get a superstar from that, so we can have a new foundation going forward. And the last option is this the end of our winning era, and we just go full rebuild and go for draft picks moving forward. And yeah, so obviously the first 2 options are no longer possible with this team, and with other superstars in the league signing elsewhere, and just not getting the packages that we wanted. And I know Masai has been really trying for a Lowry package, or was trying, but we're not going to sell low on Kyle Lowry, and obviously we're going to do him right because he's beloved, right? But yeah, so I think it is officially the end of an era, and we're going to go for draft picks moving forward. So first of all, I just want to talk roster. So right now we're looking at a starting five of, when healthy, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and more recently Chris Boucher. It used to be Aaron Baines, but Aaron Baines has been rather disappointing, which is a huge shock to me at least, because he was very key to that Phoenix Suns bubble run. When they went 8-0, still didn't make the playoffs, but they went 8-0, and he was just great for them, knocking down jumpers, beast on the glass, and now it just looks like he doesn't know how to play, but that's a whole other conversation. And then we have our draftee at the 29th pick in this most recent draft. We took Malachi Flynn, and he's been grinding it up in the G League, and now most recently with Kyle going down with an injury and Fred going down with an injury, and Pascal just got back, but Malachi Flynn has been getting some minutes, and he started the last two games, I'm pretty sure, and he's been dropping some promising stat lines. Like he's a rookie, so we're not expecting him to shoot 60% from the field, right? So he's been shooting not the greatest, but he's had a couple 16 bombs. He's great on the glass, and he's great defensively. Like he really is just a pest. So yeah, he's been getting blocks and steals, and he only sits at 6'1", 175 pounds. Like, this is just it. This is what the Raptors look for in guards, right? You look for people that'll just like full dog out and get dirty and really just grind. And I think Kyle Lowry has kind of set that standard for guards in Toronto, and just another thing to give credit to Lowry for. But yes, we also acquired Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood in a recent trade for Norman Powell with the Portland Trailblazers, and this was a weird trade. It's not weird, but it was like one of those trades where you understand it from both sides, and that's typically weird in the NBA as of recent. And so we traded Norman Powell. He's been playing his cheeks off. He's been so good this season for the Raptors. Carrying us when our other stars are out with COVID or whatever it might be. But the thing is that we're a rebuilding team, and with how Norman Powell's been playing, he's going to want a big bag in the offseason. He's going to want his payday. And with him, not the youngest anymore, it just doesn't make sense for us to pay him that. It doesn't make sense for us to hold on to him. And so I like what Masai did, getting Gary Trent Jr. I don't think Rodney Hood is going to stay on the team. I really don't think he'll be a Toronto Raptor going into next season. He might be in some trade packages, or we might waive him. I'm not sure, but Gary Trent is a amazing shooter. He's an amazing shot creator. He can create his own shot, and he's great in the transition or in the fast break. And yeah, he just shoots the light out of the ball. His jump shot is fast. and he's not the best defender, but like he puts in the effort on the defensive end, which is all that you can ask for, really. And then those skills will get better as he ages. He is super young. He's only in his second year out of Duke, and he's had some pretty good games for the Portland Trailblazers. Right now, he's averaging 15 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game. But keep in mind, this is a stat line as 6th, 7th man on the Trailblazers, and the 3rd or 4th option when he's on the court, right? So with the minutes and opportunities going to get in Toronto, we only, sky's the limit, bro. Basically, what I'm saying. But yeah, I think we're in a great spot right now, for the future. We just signed Freddie Gillespie out of Baylor, who actually just won the March Madness tournament, which is great, which is awesome. So we just signed Freddie Gillespie. He's a big man, 6'9", 245 pounds, and he's looking like a good pickup. Like I said, our front court is struggling or ever since we got rid of Marcus Gasol and Serge Ibaka. Sorry. Not that we got rid of them, but when they left in free agency to chase that chip, you know what I mean? And so, this is a good start, good step in the right direction. He is all that you could ask for defensively. And obviously defensively, that is great. That is what we need. Our defensive numbers have dropped so far since being top 10 in everything last season to top 20 this season, and so it's definitely much needed in the front court. And offensively, this could be something we're looking for in the draft, right? Obviously, our offense flowed super well through Ibaka and Marcus Gasol when they were on the team, and I don't think we noticed how much we really needed them until they were gone. But yeah, offense is something that can always be worked on, and Freddie Gillespie is young. He's big bodied. He's got a good body, NBA ready body. And yeah, we'll just see what he's looking like when he finally gets some minutes and gets down to Tampa. But yeah, I think we're talking front court still. Chris Boucher is a main piece we need to build off, whether that's him being a starting power forward or a small ball center. He just came off of a career night against the Chicago Bulls 2 days ago. He dropped 38 points and 19 rebounds. Like, that's just absurd. That is crazy. Now, we love Chris Boucher over here, Montreal native, we love him. But he's 6'9" and 200 pounds, so he's a bit on the skinnier end, so he struggles against those Nikola Jokic's, he struggles against those Cantors of the league, those Rudy Gobert's and things like that. So, just looking for a solid big body is key. And Freddie Gillespie, he is 6'9" also, but he is 45 pounds on Boucher, so that's something to get into or work off of. But yeah, so now talking draft. Whew, the draft. So we are sitting at the 11th seed. So this means we will, um, you know, again, this is just going off of NBA standings right now. We will be grabbing the 8th overall pick in this upcoming draft. And honestly, the top 10 this year, you can't miss. There's so many great, um, you know, guys in this upcoming draft, like Cade Cunningham, Jalen Suggs just hit a big shot in for Gonzaga. Um, Jalen Green in the G League averaging like 24 points. Um, and just players like that who can immediately come onto a team and have an impact. And the top 10, this season is crazy. We haven't seen a draft this promising in a while. So us having the 8th pick means we can pick up someone like James Bouknight at UConn, and he's been great. He's a combo guard. He's 6'5", 190. So he, decently sized. He'll probably be a piece that we'd be interested in moving forward, due to the fact that we will be parting ways with Lowry in the offseason. And so we have this big gap in the guards that we need to fill. Obviously, Fred VanVleet continuing as the starting point guard, or maybe even shooting guard if Malachi Flynn or Bouknight want to fill in at that point guard spot, starting in the 2021-2022 season. And so he, I was watching back some clips, and he is actually an offensive animal. Like he ran away with games for UConn. Let's just say that. Now he did suffer an injury, and he wasn't really the same, or he didn't, average the same numbers that he was averaging while being a starter. The last 31 games, he averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, which, isn't the greatest, but with that being, 25 minutes a game, shooting 46% from the field goal, I don't think you can really complain. And he only started 16 of those games because of his injury. Now, as a starter, he bumps his stats up to 15.8 points and 5 rebounds. And yeah, it's looking pretty awesome if we pick up someone like this. Another option would be Jonathan Kuminga from G League Ignite. I highly doubt that he would drop that far in the draft, because he is a 6'6" wing player, big-bodied, NBA-ready body, like I was talking about Gillespie before. But yeah, he looks like, comparison to someone like Jaylen Brown. Not saying he will be as good as Jaylen Brown, but there's definitely potential there, and he looks like a beast. He could be a beast for sure. He's got the vision. He's got the nice 3-point stroke. He's got the midi game down, and he's a strong guy. So when he's driving, he has a great chance of putting it in the hoop. And offense is just kind of what we need right now. Our only offense is Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. And they just need some help. Obviously, they can't do it alone, and they're amazing players. They've both been playing very well this season so far, except for Siakam in the beginning part of the season. He was still, coming off that bubble curse. He played horrible in the playoffs in the bubble, and that kind of carried over a little bit into the beginning of this season. But he's been picking it up so much, and he's been looking like the player that we paid all that money to a couple years ago. So yeah, on the offensive end, we could definitely use a guy like Jonathan Kuminga. The only reason why I think he would drop that far in the draft is that he shot 29% from three. That's the only reason. And maybe some NBA teams would be scared of that. The three-point shot is such a crucial, shot in this kind of era of the NBA. But I mean, with a solid jump shot like his, I don't think teams would be that concerned. Just get your shots up and shoot around, and he should be good. You know what I mean? Adjusting to the NBA 3, but you never know. But yeah, anyways, that is about all that I have for you guys this week. Let me know what you guys think about the future for the Raptors, future for the NBA. Who do you guys want to see drafted, and let me know future topics you guys want to hear on my social media. And thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week. Peace, y'all.